Okay, welcome back for part two. Sorry for the interruption, but my youngest daughter wanted to come hear story time too. All right, so we're on page 15. And hostiles of this kind would naturally mean that the president would ask Congress for a declaration of war. There was no doubt from the temper of Congress that such a declaration would be granted. There is a conviction in official quarters here that Japan has now cast the die. Citizens are urged to remain calm and avoid all unnecessary confusion because of hysteria. Eleanor was the first Roosevelt to address the nation on her Sunday radio program. I am speaking to you tonight at a very serious moment in our history. That's my best impression of Eleanor Roosevelt. You're welcome. The cabinet is convening and the leaders in Congress are meeting with the president. In the meantime, we, the people, are already prepared for action. That same day, the president signed a proclamation declaring that every adult Japanese citizen inside the US was now an alien enemy and must follow strict regulations. My father loved this country and had lived here for 25 years, but the US had never allowed him to apply for citizenship. Now he was considered an enemy in a war that hadn't even been declared yet. The next afternoon, as the country listened via radio, the president addressed Congress. Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces. Very many American lives have been lost. The facts of yesterday speak for themselves. The people of the United States have already formed their opinions and well understand the implications to the very life and safety of our nation. As Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy, I have directed that all measures be taken for our defense. And notice here that they're writing "get out" and vandalized their car. All true. But always will our whole nation remember the character of the onslaught against us. No matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people in their righteous might will win through to absolute victory. Hostilities exist. There is no blinking at the fact that our people, our territory, and our interests are in grave danger. With confidence in our armed forces, with the unbounding determination of our people, we will gain the inevitable triumph. So help us God. I ask that the Congress declare that since the unprovoked and dastardly attack by Japan on Sunday, December 7th, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire. The speech had its intended effect. Within 33 minutes, war. Oahu bombed by Japanese planes. Congress declared war on Japan. In California at that time, the single most popular political position was lock up the Japs. The Japanese situation as it exists in the state today may well be the Achilles heel of the entire civilian defense effort. Unless something is done, it may bring about a repetition of Pearl Harbor. The Attorney General of California, Earl Warren, decided to get in front of that issue. He wanted to run for governor, and would do anything to get that office. Lock them up, lock them up. He saw the division his rhetoric caused. He knew that he was talking about 100,000 people who had not been charged with any crime. But he made an amazing statement for not just any lawyer, but the top lawyer of the state. He said, "We have no reports or spying or sabotage or fifth column activities by Japanese Americans. And that is ominous because the Japanese are inscrutable. You don't know what they're thinking, so it would be prudent to lock them up before they do anything." The absence of evidence was the evidence for this Attorney General. Warren later rode his popularity to become a three-term governor of California, then Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States. Fletcher Bowrani, the mayor of Los Angeles, testified before Congress that we were non-assimilable. Okay, let me try that again. Non-assimilable. I'm going to try that one a few more times. They are Japanese and nothing else. Regardless of how many generations may have been born in America, undoubtedly many of them intend to be loyal. But when the final test comes, who can say that but blood will tell? We cannot run the risk of another Pearl Harbor episode. Here's that word, by the way, non-assimilable. You cannot assimilate. Get together, gather. Okay, I'm going to make this next page the last one for now. I can hear my youngest daughter freaking out outside the door. All right, yeah, that's screaming. That's my child. Pressure built all the way up to the President of the United States. On February 19th, 1942, 74 days after Pearl Harbor, he issued Executive Order 9066. The order never used the word Japanese or camps. It authorized the military to declare areas from which any or all persons may be excluded, and to provide transportation, food, shelter, and other accommodations to persons excluded from those areas. Okay, so notice this is military area 1 in that kind of solid here. Okay, it does go all the way up to Washington. And then here you'll see that military area 2 in California. 10 days later, the entire West Coast, California, Oregon, Washington, and even Arizona was declared a military area. What else in history have you heard about people being kicked off of their lands and forced to live in government designated areas? Okay, history repeating itself. Okay, more next time. Thanks for joining me. Bye.